Pancakes, why haven't you uploaded another video since your Skyblock one? That one has like half your channel's total views. Well. Hey Pancakes, after your last video, where'd all your money go? In my defense, bridges are really expensive. And so are giant castles. I know real estate doesn't matter in Skyblock. But like... Actually, I have no defense. This place is ugly. But now that I'm lacking money, well, you see where this video's going. But before I could make an unreasonable amount of money in Skyblock, I had to figure out how. There's so many paths in Skyblock, it's so hard to choose just one. There's combat, carpentry, mining, foraging, taming. Nobody uses taming. But then, I saw it. The one path in Skyblock that stood above the rest. Some of the most influential men in the Western Hemisphere have supported this. People like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, the random cabbage man from Avatar.
Oh, my cabbages!
This meant that I had chosen farming. Farming is one of the most important parts about Hypixel Skyblock, especially when you're starting out. It's one of the most consistent ways to make money because unlike flipping or relying on RNG, you can pretty much guarantee your profits just by putting in the time. Farming also gives you valuable resources, farming levels, and access to better gear that makes your setups much more efficient. And the best part is that it's extremely beginner friendly, and you don't need billions of coins or some insane setup to get started. You literally grab a basic tool, plant some crops, and start turning dirt into profit. So while farming might not be the most exciting part of Skyblock, it's one of the best foundations for building your entire profile. But before I could begin, I needed a place to farm. And luckily, Skyblock has the garden. The garden is basically your own personal farming island, where you can grow crops without having to deal with all the annoying stuff that comes with normal farming. Which is great, because I don't want to interact with nature. Nature has spiders. Pancakes and spiders don't mix. The garden also lets you create different plots for different crops. So instead of running around the main island looking for somewhere to put your farm, you can just build everything right here, which is incredibly convenient. Because if I had to build an actual farm manually, I would quit. Wait, I still have to till the fields, plant the seeds, and put the water? Okay, I lied. I'm gonna do it for the views! But now, I had to do what any reasonable farmer would do. I had to clear out my garden, place the water, and plant an unreasonable amount of crops. At this point, I had no idea what I was doing, but I had a hoe, a shovel, and a dream. And with those, nothing is impossible. And now, I planted, sold, repeated. Planted, sold, repeated. Planted, sold. Something wasn't right. It didn't make sense. I did it all right. Right? So I did my research. If one row of wheat was 4 wide and 100 blocks long, I would have to plant 400 seeds. And if I planted an average of 4 seeds per second, that was still 100 seconds to fill a field. And it would get me an average of 450 wheat per row because of my farming experience. But that would take a minute to harvest all of the wheat. And at the average market price of 2.3 coins, it would take me nearly 2 days to make 100 million coins if I farmed every hour of the day. But one person can't farm every hour alone. I'd built a massive farming operation, but I was missing something. Unpaid workers. Work for me, boys. I'd kept going for another hour, hoping my work would pay off, that my laborers were the key to my success. But even with my loyal employees, I had only made a few $1,000s extra. It turns out, I had become the unpaid laborer of Skyblock's wheat economy. I had spent hours creating a farm, clearing it out, only to be put at the bottom of Hypixel's pyramid scheme. This pyramid scheme is run through the bazaar. The bazaar is a place where you can buy and sell items in a competitive economy run by the players themselves. If I couldn't make the money by farming alone, I would have to learn the way of this new economy. But how? Nobody would just give away their ways to make millions. Or would they? Okay, wait. Why would people put up how they're making their millions of dollars in their game just so other people can see it? Like, what's the point of that? Oh, wait. I began buying limited resources from NPCs that many players needed, like the videos told me to. Like packed ice, wood, and COD? Why does COD give me $82,000 for reselling it? But after I ran out of high-value items to sell, I was lost again. You can only buy so many every day, and I'd reached my limit with a measly 152,000 coins. Was this it? Had my dreams been trampled over? Had I flown too close to the sun? Had my dreams of riches and ruling Skyblock been thwarted? No. I couldn't have. I wouldn't give up. My dreams of not needing to bend down and replant my own seeds had just begun, and I began to search for magic items to fix my problems. I found a book in the bazaar which allowed me to replant seeds when they were harvested and increase the speed of my plantation by nearly 3 times the previous rate. I would go from wasting 60% of my time replanting all my plots to never needing to plant again. Then it hit me. In finding this enchant, I also found a way to make millions. If I had needed thousands of seeds for my wheat farms, other farmers would too. So I spent all my money, 140,000 down the drain, invested all in seeds. 70,000 seeds, $1 per seed. If we could turn this into 2 times the profit, I would already have $250,000. It was a miracle. I went from 3 hours in making 70,000 coins to making that in a matter of seconds. And then, in a matter of hours, I had reached my goal of 1 million coins. 1 million, baby! I could finally buy the replenish enchant, and now hours of future seed planting vanished immediately. Seeds! So many seeds! But I realized, on my way to making my job easier, I had achieved my goal from the beginning, becoming rich. And now, my loyal tool from the beginning was now a godly weapon. And now, as I harvest my crops, I placed my trophy of victory in my hallway. But now, I had to set my sights on something higher, a new target, something further out of my reach, further than money could reach. I needed armor. Of the superior dragon.